Okay, we're going to make a video on how to make semi-homemade yellow rice. This is a fairly inexpensive recipe, but we love it. So you take 2 cups of white rice. You take 2 tablespoons of butter. There's 3 here, so we're going to cut off 1 part. And then you do this, I'm going to butcher this, Sazon Goya Con Azafran. And you only need 2 packets. So it's 1 packet for each 4 servings. So we're doing, with 2 cups, that's 8 servings. And then we use stewed tomatoes. Any diced tomatoes will work. This is sliced, so my wife is over here just kind of dicing these up for us. And then what you do is kind of strain it and use that as part of the liquid. You normally use 4 cups of water, but part of the tomato juice is going to be part of that recipe. So anyways, we're just getting started here. We're going to measure off the liquids, get that boiling, and then stick the rice in. And honey, do you add the seasonings and everything right away, or you do that at the end?
I do the seasoning right away, but I'll wait on the tomatoes.
All right. So we add the seasoning right away in the liquid, and then we add the tomatoes at the end. That's all it is. So I'm going to pause this and we're going to get it going, and then I'll show you the the final result. All right, one other thing we forgot is we add 1 bouillon cube to this also. So we're going to have 1 bouillon cube. You can see that's the tomato juice from the diced tomatoes. And then we're going to fill this up with water. And because it's a bouillon cube, we're actually going to heat that liquid up and get it to where it's dissolve the bouillon cube before we put the rice and everything in. Okay, we went ahead and put the 2 packets of the Sazon Goya Con Azafran. I know I'm butchering that, but that's okay. We also put the bouillon cube. We also have the liquid from the tomatoes and the water. It's a total of 4 cups. After this gets boiling, the instructions say that you add your 2 tablespoons of butter. And then we then stick our rice in and turn it down and simmer. And it takes basically 20 minutes. So that's where we're at. By the way, this box at Walmart's only $3, like $2.78 or something. Alright, it just started boiling. That actually does smell pretty good. We go and stick the rice in. Stir it a little bit. And then we turn it down from high to probably about 2, depending on your stove. You're going to have to adjust accordingly, but you just want it to kind of simmer now.
What is that?
You go ahead and put the butter in now.
Yes, butter goes
All right.
in. I'll do it.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and stick the whole thing. That's close enough. This isn't baking, so if you got 3, stick in 3. If you got 2, you stick in 2. That's the way it works. All right, we close this thing up now. And you wait 20 minutes. Set the timer. While we're waiting for the yellow rice to get done, we just took one of the chickens we grew last fall. And it is unfortunately being carved up right now. Even though you're supposed to wait 20 minutes, I learned that you can cut some of the wings off and some of the legs, and it's not going to drain it all out. So my grandson and I, we've been working on this thing already. This was what, 6.5 pound chicken?
6.3, I think.
Yeah, 6.3 pound chicken. Nice chicken, really good. Barb just uses seasoned salt, Lowry seasoned salt. That's one of the seasonings we use, and that makes a fantastic seasoning for chicken. All right. Anyways, we're still boiling away over here. So this thing is done. I'm ready for yellow rice. All right, we got just a few minutes left. And what we're going to do after the rest of that liquid is absorbed, we're going to put our tomato chunks in here, and then it will be done. Smells pretty dang good. All right, there's the final completed item. You see you got some chunks of tomato in here. That makes it a little more appetizing. I like using the stewed tomatoes because it's got some bell peppers and things in there as well, which really helps. But this is a no-frills recipe. Really helps white rice along. Recap. 2 cups of white rice. 1 can of diced tomatoes. If you don't have diced tomatoes, do sliced stewed tomatoes and just dice them up. 1 bouillon cube. 2 tablespoons of butter. We used 3 in this because we already had it cut for that. You got drain the tomatoes and make that part of your 4 cups of water so that you don't put too much water in here. There's the timer. And then you got to have 2 of the seasoning packets, the Con Azafran. I don't have it here, so I can't remember what it was called, but I showed that. But I'll put it in the description. Very simple. Cook for 20 minutes, and you're good to go. This is really good. Beats white rice in my mind, and you can use this as a side for about anything. I love having green beans. My dad used to use mushroom gravy over the top of this. I can't find any mushroom gravy without the gluten, so I can't do that. But man, that was always good too when I was a kid. All right, I hope you're having a great day. I hope everybody's treating you well, and God bless.